Alright, this one is Justice Society of Superheroes versus Hydra, a mini-series from the DC Comics company that came out in 2009. It is more along the lines of Mr. Terrificals versus Hydra, with the other characters an insanely overcrowded Justice Society of Superheroes. They pop in every now and then as backup for Mr. Terrificals. This is following up on and in concurrence with multiple other DC titles and stories. The Justice Society of Superheroes featured are alongside their ongoing series by John Jeffries. But more keyed into the plot is Chessmen, which this writer also wrote some of. And then Final Christmas, the DC mega event. I could be on for a while explaining the backstory and the characters, but I will try to be brief. We can get into more detail in future issues if needed. Mr. Terrificals, his girlfriend, is in a coma. I know, this is serious. She is a cybernetic cyborg. And in Final Christmas, she downloaded Darkseid's World Annihilation Incantation Formula into a hard drive, and it has left her comatose since then. I do love to see Mr. Terrificals call on Captain Mid-Nite to help with his girlfriend. I like this Captain Mid-Nite. The thing with a lot of the Justice Society of Superheroes characters is that we are dealing with legacies, and it sometimes takes one or two goes to get to the good one. If anyone is still reading DC Comics, what happened to this version of Captain Mid-Nite? They have brought the one from Infinity's back, I assume because she was in Starsgirl. But I don't know what they did to this version of Captain Mid-Nite. I haven't looked it up, but I am going to be disappointed if he dies. One of the things that works best about him is that he is medically trained. He is invaluable to superhero comics. He is the doctor that they can all call on. Really nice opening scene here too. Anyway, our villains are the terrorist group Hydra. Cut off one head and two more grow in its place. Hydra attempt to do a suicide bombing on Mr. Terrificals, and they don't even succeed in killing him, and it still gets a double-page presentation. You have to be a lousy suicide bomber to get that close to your target and still muck it up. Mr. Terrificals survives, and his pals in the Justice Society of Superheroes, they are around to try and mitigate the damage and danger. I like Obsidian Man being there. I should probably do a video about him being gay. For the most part, I am okay with it. I take more umbrage with John Jeffries constantly making him a villain, because John Jeffries sees a shadow-based character with a dark costume, and A, can it comprehend it being anything but a villain? I should say, having mentioned him by name, John Jeffries did not write this, thankfully. This is written by Patrick Troughton, the Doctor Who actor Patrick Troughton. What this issue shows, like what almost every Justice Society of Superheroes comic I have read by someone else shows, is that really anyone would be better than John Jeffries. You could probably get actual Patrick Troughton to write one, and it would be better than John Jeffries. John Jeffries has ogged this team and these characters for 30 fucking years nearly, and very few people have been able to write their ongoing series. I don't often get to say this, but I am looking forward to the new series by Jeff Lemire. He is not on Twitter, good for him, but I wanted to try and contact him and ask if he had any plans for Pratt's Son, or at least if he can have a random line of dialogue somewhere expositing that Pratt's Son is off having a happy life married to January Jones. I mean, yeah, he is a little bit younger than January Jones, but he doesn't mind. January Jones looks fantastic for her age anyway. And he will even help raise January Jones's son. They would make a good couple. Me and January Jones, what a great couple. I was pleased to see the Justice Society of Superheroes, they are given stuff to do. I was sold this series as a vehicle for Mr. Terrificals, who I like. And I was expecting the rest of the team to feel far less featured. But I think there are moments you can point to where certain characters do certain things. Captain Mid-Nite, he has stuff to do in this issue. Supergirl is leading the team. She is given enough. We have some other characters in the upcoming pages. The team is still a team with over 20 characters on it, so there is no chance that every character can... Oh, this image up here, not even all the members. They couldn't fit them all into the shot. Several characters in this story absent from this image. Black Panther, Hyperion, A-Train, Gubbins from Tragic Kingdom, Mr. America, fucking hate him, Jakeem Thunders, Judo Woman, Ad Man Superman. Maybe. I don't know if the story is set before or after he arrived, or before or after he left. We have our heroes start running down leads on Hydra, and here is our Pratt's Son sequence. It is, however, the Pratt's Son more in line with John Jeffries' take on him. He is a jerk, he is irresponsible, he is angry. He wants to kill a guy, but the other heroes stop him from doing so. And then he sulks off with, whatever. I won't criticise the scene because, in all truthfulness, it is accurate to the characters' then attitudes. I don't like them. I don't like this scene because of that. But it is not the writer's fault for adhering to the continuity and characterisation set by another writer. The writer of this, Patrick Trautmann, it is a name I don't recognise too much. Well, his real name. That is what I don't recognise too much. I actually have a tenuous personal connection to the Doctor Who actor Patrick Trautmann. It's not like I was his butler for a summer or anything like that. Never even met him. I went to college with one from his nest, a distant nephew or something. He was in the year above me at college, and at the age of 17, Simon Trautmann seemed like one of the coolest guys I had ever met. I wanted to be just like him. I wanted to be as cool as Simon Trautmann. I never did become cool. And he's probably bloody off married to January Jones or something. He's that cool. This guy, though, the comic writer Patrick Trautmann, I don't know if he is cool. He did write or co-write some of Chessmen. That is all I can think of that has also boasted his name. He seems to have largely worked for Dynamite, some Image, absolutely no Marvel. There are some things in this that leave me a bit cold. The narration, well, the inner monologues, they are very dense, but also not as insightful or intellectual as they maybe think they are. What impressed me the most about them is that we have loads, and we almost never encounter the Kurt Busey problem. We are never interrupting one script with another. We don't have a dialogue scene in the middle of a sentence in the caption boxes. What we do have, though, is a scene with Obsidian Man. Prattson and Obsidian Man having scenes in the same issue. You are spoiling me, Patrick Trautmann. Obsidian Man, he is trying to stop a bombing of a church. He isn't successful. He tries to talk them down, but it doesn't work. So the rest of the team teleport in. I thought I would be explaining Hydra and their history in this one. Or maybe Mr. Terrificals, this version of them. But it turns out I can do that in future issues. The Justice Society of Superheroes, they arrest this woman who is a high player within the Hydra command structure. But this is all going according to Hydra's secret plan. And there is an advert for the main Justice Society of Superheroes title. So that answers one of my questions. Ad-Man Superman and John Jeffries were both gone by this point. We were also missing Black Lightman's daughter from that earlier image. There is some promise here. I don't know if it will pull it off, but I want to see it try. I will quickly give it 7 thumbs up because I haven't much idea what to think at this point in the story.